What's going on, guys? It's Hi, and today we are looking at something a little bit special, at least to me. But before we get started, let me set it up and give you a little bit of a backstory. It was my birthday a few days ago, and this year I wanted to treat myself to something nice, and that equated to a new watch. And I own a few different watches and have bought watches over the years, but nothing that I would consider really significant. So I figured, why not this year, let's do something a little bit special and step my watch game up just a little bit. In my search for a new watch, I looked at many different watches from many different manufacturers, many different styles, and many different price points. I would say that at first I wanted something a little bit more extravagant, a little bit more over the top, something with a bunch of complications and a lot going on. But towards the end of my search, I really drew everything back and considered what I really wanted. And that was something timeless and neutral and something that I could wear every day. The result of my search ultimately led me to the NOMOS Tangente neomatik 41 update. For those unfamiliar with NOMOS, this is a watch manufacturer hailing from Glashütte, Germany. Although they are a relatively young company, they are still making big waves in the industry, and that continues with the Tangente neomatik 41 update. Upon first impressions, this may seem like a very simple watch. A round 40.5mm stainless steel case with sapphire crystal for the front and back display. But pictures really do not do this watch justice. Holding it in hand, it is evident why NOMOS considers the Tangente as the round watch with many right angles. Along the case are abrupt angle changes to denote the different surfaces, with the only curve being the case sidewall itself. Everything else consists of sharp angles, which really adds to the depth of what is seemingly an ordinary round watch. The dial itself is another example of complexity disguised in simplicity. At a glance, we see black indicators on a white silver-plated dial with alternating Arabic numbers and indexes to denote the hours, and a small sub-dial at the 6 o'clock position to denote the seconds. All very simple. But encompassing all of this is the date indicator, which is pushed out and runs along the entire edge of the dial. The date ring features two red dots, which signifies the date in between. Although seemingly simple, this is a big delineation from what is normally offered, really from any manufacturer, and this provides a different perspective to the idea of a date display. The date ring is in part possible due to the proprietary in-house DUW6101 automatic movement, which is NOMOS' first neomatic movement with a date. Considering that this is an automatic movement with a date complication, the movement itself remains relatively thin at only 3.6mm and helps to keep the overall case height to 7.9mm. The DUW6101 was redesigned from start to finish with a date complication in mind, intending for it to run along the edge of the dial. This movement is implemented in other NOMOS timepieces, but the date ring of this particular Tangente is really the standout. It offers something different and unique. I can't speak for you, but this is the first time that I've ever seen the date display in such a manner on a wristwatch. Because the date complication is such a prominent feature of the DUW6101, NOMOS took the time to make sure that it was designed in a way that would not only allow for quick date changes, but the ability to do so in both directions. Although this is seemingly trivial, being able to move the date forwards and backwards, this is actually something that many other watches cannot do. Adjusting the date backwards on a watch not designed to do so can cause some serious damage to the movement, so what NOMOS has implemented here is quite appreciated. With the DUW6101 is also the NOMOS swing system. This is NOMOS' proprietary escapement that is denoted by the tempered blue balance spring. This movement also features various other characteristics that are typical for Glashütte timepieces, such as the 3/4 plate, Glashütte ribbing, and tempered screws. Attached to the case is a genuine Horween shell quarter-band black leather strap with a lug width of 20mm. The strap itself is beautifully made and seems to be of very high quality. What I found interesting is that NOMOS used Horween leather. Horween is of course an American leather company, and I have absolutely no problem with Horween as they do incredible work. But I just find it strange that a company like NOMOS, who is very proud of its German roots, would use products not manufactured in Germany. It should be noted that embossed on the strap itself are the words "handmade in Germany." Perhaps the raw materials were sourced from Horween and made in Germany. Even so, I'm surprised that NOMOS doesn't source directly from a German leather manufacturer. Another thing to note about the strap is that based on the stock images that I've seen of this watch, it would seem that the strap is black on the outside and a shade of gray on the inside. This does not seem to be the case. The lining leather of the strap actually has a greenish tint. This is nitpicking, but I would have personally preferred the gray as pictured. It's a good thing that this part of the strap sits directly against the wrist so no one will see it. I've also read somewhere on the official NOMOS website that some of their straps may leave a little color on the skin that would come off with washing. I haven't had this issue yet, but this does seem to make sense with the green dyes of the strap. Lastly, everything is packed in an elegant and functional black leather wallet case, which allows for storage and protection of the timepiece while on the go. This addition is greatly appreciated as it is multi-purpose. Whereas with other watches you may get a box that is only really useful in a single environment, the NOMOS leather wallet can easily be stowed in a bag and used anywhere need be. My experience with this timepiece so far has been positive, and if I had one complaint, it would not be with this watch, but it would be with the manufacturer itself. Prior to making this purchase, I had a lot of questions about the product and tried to reach out to NOMOS to get some information. I first sent emails to the official website's contact portal and got no response. Then I tried using the official website's live chat function and was able to connect with someone. An agent joined the chat, I asked my questions, I was left waiting for some time, and then the agent just left the chat. I then of course had to repeat this procedure and eventually got my questions answered with a lot of wait time and a lot of confusion between myself and the agent, as the agent didn't seem to know the answers to what I was asking. Something like this doesn't speak well to me, because if a company gives unsatisfactory service prior to purchase, how are they going to act prior to purchase when they already have your money? This does raise some long-term concerns, as I will have to deal with the manufacturer again for planned servicing. Perhaps a better option would be to visit an authorized dealer and have them deal with the manufacturer side of things, but I won't know until I have to service my watch. At the end of the day, this is an amazing timepiece. It's not for everyone, but for someone who is looking for a seemingly simple timepiece that offers a lot, the Tangente neomatik 41 update really is the outlier. However, at $4,100, I think that this watch sits at a weird place, because there's obviously a lot of different options that you can do with that chunk of money. You can save up a little more and get something a little bit nicer, or you can get something a little bit less. There's a lot of different options to go from, and if you decide to go vintage, the world opens up. That being said, NOMOS offers something that really no other manufacturer does. Those who are looking for a NOMOS timepiece is looking for something very particular, and in my opinion, cannot be received with any other manufacturer, and that's where the value of this company comes in. My opinions are of course biased because I bought one, but I think that anyone looking for a new timepiece should seriously consider the offerings from NOMOS. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share it around, comment down below with any thoughts or questions that you may have. If you'd like to read the full written review with detailed images of this timepiece, definitely head over to my website and check that out. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.